All right, so let's take a look at this. And let's see how it works. And we'll run it here. Ready, set, go, right? And now what we need to do is we need to click the square. So in order to do that, we have this can click to equal to true within our override touches began. And we're going to call this touch node logic. So if we scroll down to that touch node logic, we need to add in something to there. So we're going to say if let node name is equal to touched node dot name. Okay. Then we're going to say within here we're going to say if node name is double equal to, and we'll say this is square name, add another curly brackets, and sometimes Swift doesn't or Xcode doesn't put in the second curly bracket, so just keep that in mind. As you can see, it didn't there, but most of the time it does. So we'll say score is equal to score plus 1, and then we're going to go to update score. But we don't have an update score, so let's add one in. And a function here, we'll call this update score. And we'll in here we'll go to lbl score dot text is equal to score score, right? And we'll say this is update score. All right. One thing you can always do is you can always go back to your square and find out exactly which name it is. Okay, and this is something that is highlighted. That's something really important about SpriteKit. When you use the name, you use it for quite a bit of logic. In fact, there's ways that you can use the name to pass data outside the function, such as states and whatnot. But in this case here, this function here, this node logic will let you do that. So let's take a quick look at what we now have. Okay, so ready, set, and then go. Look at that. It's looking pretty good. So you need to click it as fast as you can, and then eventually this is going to stop. Can click is going to be equal to false here, and there we go. So let's take a look at this here. So if timer counter is equal to game over logic, within game over logic we have to set a couple things. First of all, we'll go to square dot remove from parent. So we were going to delete the square. Second of all, we're going to set can click is equal to false. So you will not be able to click it. All right. Then we need to add in, for example, lbl main dot text is equal to game over. Okay. And here, what we're going to do is we need to set and reset it. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to add in the scene name here. So we're going to call this the game scene is equal to game scene, and we're going to say file name game scene, and it has to be spelled correctly. Now here's the other thing. Scene. So here's the other thing. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to reload the scene. What we're in right now is the game scene. Then what we're going to do is we're going to say the transition is equal to sk transition dot doors, and you can do any one of these. It doesn't really matter. Let's do 3 seconds, something quick. The doors work better if they're quick. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the game scene dot scale mode is equal to dot aspect fill. This will make sure that your game looks correct. You can go and try out by leaving this out. It won't look as good. Then what we're going to do is we're going to need to go and say add in our timer here. So we're going to say let wait is equal to sk action dot wait for duration, and we'll make it 3.0 seconds. I think for these casual games that's pretty good. Then we're going to say let run transition is equal to sk transition, and let's see, this is sk action. Getting ahead of myself here, but sk action dot run block, and we're going to run a block of code. So we're going to go to self dot scene dot view dot present scene. We're going to present the game scene with the transition. Okay, just like that. Let sequence is equal to skaction.sequence, and we're going to say wait, then run transition. Okay. And lastly, we're going to go to self.runAction, skaction.repeat action, but not forever. We just want to repeat the action one time here. And let's take a quick look at this. We just need to insert a, we need to take a look and just simply insert an exclamation point, okay? So what this does is that this does reset everything. And there's one last thing we need to do. So we're going to say function, we'll set reset game variables on start. And we're going to reset the timer counter, the can click, and score. Okay, we need to reset all of those. And I just like to copy and paste it and delete the variable here, just like that. Okay, so we got all of our game variables here, and of course you need to call it. So we're going to say reset game variables on start. All right, this concludes the tutorial.